Now to some breaking news out of Punta Gorda tonight. The police officer charged in the shooting death of a 73-year-old woman during a Citizens Academy is now out of a job. Late this afternoon, the Punta Gorda Human Resources Manager announced that Officer Lee Cole has been discharged from his position with the department. Cole is facing manslaughter charges in the death of Mary Knowlton. She was taking part in a Citizens Police Academy when she was shot by Cole during a training exercise. The incident led to an investigation by the State Attorney's Office and Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Police Chief Tom Lewis has also been charged with culpable negligence and remains on paid leave. Could some school sports facilities be open to the public after school hours in Venice soon? Well, that was one of the topics of conversation at the Council of Governments meeting today. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley joins us now live from Venice with more on the story. Christopher?
Good evening. These tennis courts behind me were the topic of conversation today. The City of Venice's mayor says they should be open for the public to use outside of school hours. For the folks at the Venice tennis courts, this is an everyday routine.
You get to play one set. You have to get off the court. You may have to wait an hour or longer before you can play a second set.
Problem for them is tennis is an everyday routine for many people. In a Council of Governments meeting on Thursday in Venice, Mayor John Hollick brought that issue up.
Some of our parks are overcrowded, they're overused, and if we can find areas that are less used or underused and bring more people out to them, perhaps it's a baseball field, perhaps it's a tennis court.
In the meeting were representatives from Northport, Sarasota County, Longboat Key, and the Sarasota School Board.
The one thing they're not making any more of is land, and we have some land, and we ought to figure out a way to make it available.
Hollick's idea would open Venice High School's tennis courts to members of the public outside of school hours. Superintendent Dr. Todd Bowden liked the idea.
You know, our schools wrap up business at 3:30, 4 o'clock every day, so you have that window of time at the end of the day and all day Saturday and Sunday.
Before this might happen, the different governments would have to address topics like liability and security, and also how to fence off the school property so the public can't enter the school area during business hours, while ensuring that when students use the courts, they can't just walk off the property.
If they are appropriate for that purpose, then shame on us if we don't make them available.
Before they do become available, an official decision will have to be made by both the city and the school board. Thursday's meeting was only to bring the topic up as a possibility.
People who live here and pay taxes here pay taxes to Venice High School, and it would be very nice if we could use it off-season.
Now, another couple lingering questions here is when that might happen. There's no official date set. And another big question is who will pay for that fencing work? The Sarasota County School Board Chair Carolyn Zucker made clear today that the school board wouldn't shoulder the cost alone. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Christopher, thank you. Enrollment is now underway for the Suncoast's first Islamic school. Officials with the Islamic Society of Sarasota and Bradenton have been working for more than a year now to start a private school at their facility on Lockwood Ridge Road. It will be connected to the Society's mosque. The Noor Academy is accepting students in kindergarten through 7th grade for the upcoming school year. The Islamic Society says the school will help maintain culture and language skills among the area's Muslims. And now that the red tape with the county has been resolved, the school is ready to open.
We had to get some of the government stuff taken care of with the Department of Education and stuff like that. So that's all been taken care of. It's all been approved, and so we're ready to go.
First day of school for the Noor Academy is set for August 14th. Until now, the nearest Islamic school to the Suncoast, it's the Universal Academy of Florida, which is located in Tampa. A top state lawmaker says Florida's universities spend too much money inappropriately and don't need any more help from taxpayers. State Representative Carlos Trujillo says legislators need to look at how much university presidents and coaches are paid. The House Budget Chief says too many people work for universities or university foundations who earn more than $200,000 a year. The House is scrutinizing university spending. At the same time, the Florida Senate is approving an overhaul of the higher education system. Today, the state Senate said yes to a proposal that calls for new programs to help universities attract and keep faculty members. It also requires the state to cover 100% of tuition costs for top-performing high school students. Well, now that many spring breakers are flocking to the Suncoast, boaters are being reminded to be a little extra cautious out on the water. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is reminding all boat owners of their 3 important tips to make sure their trips are safe. Before you go out, make sure you have all the safety equipment required for your boat. Make sure you know what the information signs mean posted along the waterways, including speed limit signs, no wake and minimum wake zones. And if you go offshore, it's always a great idea to file a float plan with your marina, a family member, even a friend, with all the details of your trip. All right, let's get a check on our forecast on land and on the water with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
It's always good to have an EPIRB too. On top of that, the Coast Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard online, they have some classes there. You might want to take those and get a certificate approval there. Out on the waters today, pretty nice conditions. Really, we had a little west to southwest wind at times, and you can see quite a few boats and sailboats out there throughout the afternoon, and lots of sunshine too. Temperatures managed to get into the upper 70s to low 80s, and as far as advisories go, no advisories for boating anticipated over the upcoming 2 days. You can see waves up to 2 feet well offshore from some of the buoys out there in the Gulf of Mexico. While there is a frontal boundary, it separates really drier air to the north and a little bit more moisture to the south. There's not much of a temperature difference at all, and it looks as though we will see mild conditions through this evening. Temperatures expected to be still in the mid to upper 60s by 11 o'clock. Right now, it's 77. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Hawaii has become the first state to file a lawsuit against President Donald Trump's revised travel ban, saying the order will harm its Muslim population, tourism, and foreign students. Now, 3 more states are following Hawaii's lead. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has details on these legal challenges.
Washington State joining Hawaii in trying to block President Trump's revised travel ban from being implemented.
I feel strongly that what the president is doing is unconstitutional.
Washington's Attorney General announcing that he will ask the same judge who entered the nationwide injunction last month, blocking the original travel ban from taking effect, to confirm that despite changes made to the president's plan, the injunction remains in place.
There are still constitutional problems with core provisions of this revised executive order. And the president does not get to decide if a new executive order is different enough to be clear from that underlying injunction. The court decides that.
On Monday, the Trump administration revealed the revised travel ban on 6 predominantly Muslim nations, with Iraq removed from the original list, the indefinite ban on refugees from Syria removed, and the ban no longer applying to those who already hold valid visas. The administration maintaining that its goal is to stop terrorists from entering the U.S.
We feel very comfortable that the executive order that was crafted is consistent.
But officials in Washington and in Hawaii, which filed a lawsuit Wednesday to block the ban, believe, based on the president's past statements, this is still a discriminatory proposal.
The president cannot erase all of the statements that he made where he's the one who initially coined the phrase Muslim ban.
And Hawaiian officials will ask a judge for a temporary restraining order on the ban at a hearing scheduled for next Wednesday. That's 1 day before the new executive order is scheduled to take effect. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The grandfather of one of 2 Indiana girls murdered last month says the loss of his granddaughter tore a hole in his family that will never heal. In his first public comment since the bodies of 13-year-old Abigail Williams and 14-year-old Liberty German were found along a wooded trail, Mike Patty appealed to the public to help find the teen's killer. A photo and a voice are still the only clues to the crime.
I believe if she were able to speak, she would ask people, please give her the 1 minute she always asked for, to really study the picture and listen to the audio clip. Someone out there knows this person.
And now a possible link to a similar case in Iowa. 5 years ago, 2 girls on an afternoon bike ride never returned home. Their bodies were later found in a secluded area. Both of these crimes were committed on the 13th of the month. ABC's legal analyst Dan Abrams says investigators will look now for a common thread, but if the cases are crimes of opportunity, they will be harder to link. Here in Florida, a handful of students at an elementary school in Naples had to be picked up by their parents today after complaints of smoke. A brush fire is burning in a nearby state forest. Those flames have been burning for about 5 days now. It's around 50% contained. The Florida Forestry Service says more than 7,500 acres have burned. This spring, you can get paid to kill Burmese pythons in the Everglades. The South Florida Water Management District will select 25 people to take part in a 60-day pilot program. The goal is to remove the invasive predators from the state-owned lands. Starting April 1st, participants will be given access to python-infested property in Miami-Dade County. They'll be paid minimum wage for up to 8 hours each day, plus $50 per python. They'll also receive extra money for snakes that are longer than 4 feet long and for eliminating python nests that have eggs inside.
I think it's about time for this program. We've had volunteers in South Florida working, using their own gas, their own vehicles, their own time, catching pythons for the last 10 years, and they're pretty talented.
Registration for this pilot program begins tomorrow. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, troubling findings on Zika. Researchers say the mosquito-borne virus may be linked to another health issue besides birth defects. Plus, dialing in on AT&T problem that left thousands of customers unable to dial 911 for hours yesterday.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, ANDservices.com.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Main. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter. Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 4th annual Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. Saturday and Sunday, March 11th and 12th on Gulfstream Avenue in downtown Sarasota. Bring your sense of discovery and appreciation of the beautiful to the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, ANDservices.com.
For the first time, doctors have tied the Zika virus to possible new heart problems in adults. Researchers in Venezuela say 8 people with confirmed Zika infections developed a heart rhythm problem, and 6 developed heart failure about 10 days after Zika symptoms began. However, researchers say the evidence does not prove a link, and it's too soon to know how often this might be happening. So far, the biggest trouble the virus has been causing is for pregnant women and their fetuses. Zika has caused an epidemic of birth defects in the Caribbean and South America. President Trump insists efforts to repeal and replace Obamacare are coming along great. But Democrats and even some Republicans continue to speak out against the new GOP bill. ABC's Janae Norman is in Washington with the latest in the debate.
Getting down to business.
Obamacare is in a death spiral.
House Speaker Paul Ryan literally rolling up his sleeves, armed with a PowerPoint presentation defending the GOP health care bill. Ryan says despite criticism from his own party, it is urgent to pass a replacement.
This is something that we as conservatives have been dreaming about for decades. This is the chance, and the best and only chance we're going to get.
Taking advantage of that chance, Republicans prevailing.
The ayes appear to have it, the ayes have it, and the motion to transmit is agreed to.
Getting that bill through 2 House panels.
Whether you're for it or against it, you have to admit this was a pretty big deal we just did.
But other conservatives continue raising objections. Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton says repealing and replacing the Affordable Care Act is about focusing on getting health care right, not getting it done fast.
Legislation that the House has considered over the last 24 hours simply has too many flaws that are not going to bring down the price of insurance or give people more control, give them more choices about their insurance.
But the wall of opposition from Democrats, some Republicans, and many of the nation's top healthcare providers isn't fazing President Trump, tweeting, "Despite what you hear in the press, healthcare is coming along great. We're talking to many groups, and it will end in a beautiful picture." House Republicans want their bill passed by Easter recess, but that leaves just a few weeks to get it through the Budget Committee and to the floor for a vote. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
All right, let's get another check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Well, Scott, big changes coming our way, but not until after a lot of events take place over the weekend, so that's good. I know a lot of planners always worry about that, but tomorrow, Fan Festival at Lecom Park beginning at 11 o'clock, going up until 12:30 should be a lot of fun there. Front moves in Sunday and Monday. That will start to change, and then much cooler weather for Tuesday. And we're talking temperatures back in the more of the January and February temperatures, I think, on Wednesday and Thursday. Today, beautiful out there. You can see lots of boat action and clear skies for the most part. Water temperatures still very mild for this time of year, into the mid-70s up and down the coast in some cases. Now, the storm's not really organized quite yet, but it's going to get its act together over the southern plain states on late Friday and Saturday and eventually sweep a strong front our way come late Sunday and Monday. But right now, the front that was around is pretty much gone. Not much left to it. Some drier air, slightly drier air at the surface and mid-levels to the north of us. A few showers. You can see spotty showers down to our south where a little bit more moisture exists, but not enough to produce any much-needed rainfall. And the smoke down south lessening somewhat as they're getting a little bit more of a handle on that fire down in East Naples. 77 degrees right now. Humidity still fairly high. Winds out of the northwest at 12. The pressure 3013 now. And that continues to rise slightly. 82 the high today. It's been a very warm winter, and here we go again. 75 degrees is our average. We'll be below these numbers beginning on Tuesday and continuing, it looks like, right through Thursday. The average high, or actually the record high at 89 degrees, set back in 1918. Very warm day then. No rainfall. The deficit continues to climb. We're at 4 inches almost below average so far for this year. 75 in Jacksonville, 10 degrees warmer in Orlando. It's 77 now in Miami and 78 in Key West. While temperatures around town, you can see the little cooler weather here near the coast due to the slightly cooler water temperature. Still warm in Rosedale. 88 degrees there. Waterleaf at 77 and 77 as well at Laurel Oak. They got the big Laurel Oak Cup taking place there Sunday and then the golf on Monday. 73 in Inglewood. Again, that sea breeze keeping things a bit cooler right near the coastal locations. 80 in Northport as well into Port Charlotte. Well, here comes a front. You can see it coming down on Friday, then it fades away really. A few clouds maybe increasing somewhat Saturday night. No chance for any rainfall. And then we see a return to this easterly wind flow as a high pressure system builds in just for a short period of time. Then the storm gets organized to the west and changes things up by Sunday afternoon and into Monday. Well, the cold air is coming. In fact, wind chill down into the single digits and below zero readings over the northern plain states. This is all going to be shifting off to the east and eventually to the northeast, where they'll see some extreme cold weather in the northern New England states over the weekend. For boaters, it looks good tomorrow. Seas running 2 feet or less. A light chop out there and northwest winds at 5 to 10. The tide's upcoming for Sarasota Bay. High tide will be at 10:12 tonight. Low tide just at 6:06 and sunset 6:36. Mostly fair tonight. A little bit, that should be patchy fog. Warm temperatures, low of 61. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and mild. The high near 80 degrees. Northwest winds 5 to 10 to start the day off and then picking up a little bit in the afternoon. The extended forecast calling for a loss of an hour over the weekend as we spring forward 1 hour on Saturday night. and Sunday morning. 40% chance for showers comes late in the day on Sunday, continuing overnight, and then a 50% chance for some morning showers, it looks like, on Monday. Breezy and cooler Tuesday through Thursday. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. In Suncoast Traffic Watch right now, there's a crash south of Osprey. It's on US 41 near Bayshore Road, but does not appear to be backing up any traffic in that area. Just a couple slowdowns before you get to that area. The Federal Communications Commission is now investigating the 911 outage that impacted AT&T customers in Florida and other states. AT&T says 911 service has been restored for cell phone customers who had been unable to call the emergency line. Law enforcement and government agencies in Florida, Texas, Tennessee, and other states reported the outage last night. A spokesman for AT&T apologized for the problem, but did not say what caused that outage. Radio Shack is still struggling. For the second time in 2 years, the company has filed for bankruptcy. It plans to close 200 of its remaining 1,500 stores immediately and is evaluating options for the rest. Radio Shack has about 5,900 employees. It first filed for bankruptcy in March of 2015, which resulted in about 2,400 store closings across the country. Stay with us. Your entertainment news is next.
Now's a perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
How hard is it to stop a stroke? It is challenging, it is difficult, and every second counts. A comprehensive stroke center gives the patient a better chance to walk out with minimal to no disability. We are able to offer treatments above and beyond the standard 3 hours after the onset of a stroke. A place like Sarasota Memorial Hospital really increases those chances of giving back a better quality of life.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million World-Class Cash Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world. The new $10 million World-Class Cash Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
In entertainment news, Ed Sheeran is preparing to hit the road. The Grammy-winning singer has announced a major North American tour. He'll hit 46 cities between late June and early October. Sheeran will sweep through Florida in August with performances in Tampa, Miami, and Orlando. The tour will celebrate the tremendous success Sheeran has had with his third album called Divide, including his #1 hit song, Shape of You. Singer and songwriter Jennifer Lopez is dating baseball icon Alex A-Rod Rodriguez. According to People magazine, they've been dating for a few weeks now, and that Lopez is still single but having fun. Couple names for the pair like J-Rod and A-Lo are already sweeping the web. Reps for both Rodriguez and Lopez have not yet commented. Ben and Jen are apparently giving their relationship another go. Sources close to Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner tell People magazine that despite their lengthy separation, The couple has called off plans to divorce for now. The two separated back in 2015, but have remained dedicated co-parents to their 3 children. Don't get your hopes up too high. Other Hollywood insiders say nothing has changed and divorce is not off the table. Baby number 2 is on the way for billionaire Mark Zuckerberg. The Facebook CEO made the announcement on his social media site today. His wife, Dr. Priscilla Chan, is having another girl. Their daughter, Maxima, is now 15 months old. And we'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.